Picture this. You're Donald Trump. Well, of course, don't let your imagination run that wide, but just imagine for a moment that you're Donald Trump. You spent the last 2 years telling the American public you're winning the trade war with China. You've slapped tariffs on their goods. You've threatened, escalated, walked back, escalated again. And now you're flying to Beijing. Not with army generals, not with diplomats, but with 16 of America's most powerful CEOs. Now, what does it tell you when a sitting US president needs to bring a billionaire army just to sit across Xi Jinping? But let's first focus on who's on that plane to Beijing and, more importantly, why. Well, first up, there's Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. Most Apple products are manufactured in China. For Cook, this relationship isn't optional, it's existential because Apple simply cannot afford a full-scale economic Cold War between Washington and Beijing. Then, of course, there's Larry Fink of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. Trillions of dollars under management. He's there because the flow of capital between the US and China remains one of the biggest pressure points in the global economy. Next up is Kelly Ortberg from Boeing. China is one of the world's largest aviation markets, and Boeing's future completely depends on Chinese buyers. So this isn't just about airplanes, it's about American manufacturing jobs too. Then come the financial heavyweights. That includes Jane Fraser from Citigroup, David Solomon from Goldman Sachs, Michael Maybach from Mastercard, and Ryan McInerney from Visa. These are the people who move money across borders. Their presence sends a message. The United States is not arriving only with threats, it's arriving with business. Then there's the tech battlefield. You've got Cristiano Amon of Qualcomm and Sanjay Mehrotra of Micron Technology. This isn't about semiconductors. This is the technology powering everything from smartphones to artificial intelligence systems, and also the single most sensitive flashpoint in the US-China rivalry. But there's one name dominating the headlines, and that is none other than Elon Musk. The CEO of Tesla has massive exposure to China. China is one of Tesla's biggest markets, and the Shanghai Gigafactory remains central to Tesla's global operations. So Musk's presence here is about business, it's about optics, and perhaps also about power. Now, the stated goal of the trip is to create a new body called the Board of Trade and Investment between US and China. Something that can actually be significant if it works, but if it is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Now, because what Trump wants and what Xi Jinping want are fundamentally different things. What does Trump want? Well, Trump wants deals, plain and simple, visible wins he can point to. The Chinese leader, on the other hand, wants stability on his own terms, a managed relationship that doesn't threaten China's long-term rise. Now, one is playing checkers and the other is playing the longest game imaginable. Now, let's step back for a second. There's something almost cinematic about this moment. The most powerful nation on earth dealing with legal setbacks on its trade war, walking into Beijing with a delegation of tech titans and finance giants, essentially saying, look at what we've built, look at how much we are worth, let's make a deal. It's pure Trump, all spectacle and leverage, but the spectacle only works if the other side is impressed. Now, the US-China summit begins this week. What happens in those bilateral meetings, what's agreed, what's fudged, and what's quietly left on the table will shape the global economy for the next decade. Keep watching this space closely.